Hello and welcome to The Studio Demands It, an exercise in creative thinking where we will conceptualize, pitch, and craft a film or series based on the demands from one of you listeners acting as a hypothetical Hollywood overlord.
Overlord!
As professional screenwriters ourselves and massive cinephiles, we talk movies all the time.
All the time.
And we'd like to believe that we can meet any demand thrown at us. We will be your screenwriters. I am TC DeWitt, and joining me, as always, is Jim, suddenly, Berzelic. Oh, you snuck up on there.
I did.
You snuck up on me there.
I did.
Okay, Jim. This is a special thing.
It is.
This is a special occasion. For those of you new to the show, or for those of you who want to introduce this series to friends, this is your sampler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What follows here started as a simple movie conversation that turned into a lengthy brainstorm, that turned into an entire film or series, and is now an episode. So this right here, what you're about to hear, this is what we do, Jim.
Yeah.
We talk movies all the time.
All the
as
time.
Just said in the intro here, and do this. If you like what you hear, there are 100+ episodes of The Studio Demands It available to you right now, and you can jump around. You can choose an IP that you like, and you want to hear how we play with it. But that's what's about to happen here.
Yeah.
Jim threw something at me, and we just brainstormed.
Mm-hmm.
And we came up with this demand, and as you can see, it's labeled here. It's James Bond.
Yeah,
which is pretty funny, but we'll talk about that after the episode.
Yes, we will.
If you like what you hear here, consider subscribing to the podcast on anywhere you can listen to it, or Patreon if you're so inclined and want to hear even more of this.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what this is. This is the sampler. So for those of you who are familiar with the show. This is another free episode. This is another bonus. This is an episode that suddenly occurred.
Okay.
This wasn't just a suddenly conversation. This is a very special suddenly conversation. But this can also work as your introduction to the series. So the next time someone says, "Where should I start?" you could point them right here, or you could point them at any of the other 100+ episodes. That's up to you. Sound good?
Sounds good, right? Like it does that. You're gonna listen to it because. I think because it didn't start in the traditional format, we didn't sit down. We started the mics because we knew we were going to have a conversation worth something for someone somewhere, ideally. But it was more like it was much more conversational than the episodes usually are.
Yeah,
because it really was just like, what
about this?
What would you think? What do you think about this? Yeah. What would you do with this?
But it did do what you're about to hear. Does do what we do. Yeah. So with that said, this is The Studio Demands It. Jim, you said you have a thing to tell me.
A notion occurred to me.
A notion occurred to you. Okay.
As was the entire point to starting this, is we talk movies all the time.
All the time.
And we come up with weird things to talk about, and you. We're repeating a file name that you had to go look, and so you wouldn't forget. It was 1_002.
Mm-hmm.
And the 00 got me thinking about James Bond, 007.
Right.
And one of the fun, I don't know if it's a headcanon, fan canon, but I'm pretty sure it does not exist in the actual James Bond franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because it kind of undermines bits of the veracity of the character.
Okay.
But it has been discussed the notion that James Bond 007 is a moniker. It's not the person's name.
Right.
Right. It's when you become the seventh agent, when you gain the agent title 007, that comes with the identity James Bond.
You are now James Bond, which totally held water until Skyfall.
Oh, really?
Because they go to the Bond estate and everything. That's fine.
I thought that was always a part of James Bond lore.
That's right.
But so my question, demand, is you've been given carte blanche to reboot James Bond.
Okay.
Doing this, establish James Bond 007 as the is it SAS or MI6? MI6 as the MI6 identity. How do you build that world? You know what I'm saying? Because the things you establish in this first movie of a reboot of it will theoretically move forward through the canon of James Bond.
Okay.
So, like in your world Bible,
Right.
do you come up with the other identities, and how far out do you go? It comes with the notion of 007, right? So that is theoretically up to 999 agents.
Oh, see, it's called the 00 program, which means there's only at least seven agents.
Why is it the 00 program?
Because you have to have 2 confirmed kills on the books to reach 00 status.
I did not know that. This demand is a lot less interesting. Not necessarily less, but yeah, that's why I thought I did not know that 00 already had a meaning or connotation. Demand over.
No, that's okay. Let's say the 00 agent program isn't based on the 2 kills, so there's not just a 001, 002, blah blah blah. You're saying that there's 999 agents.
It doesn't have to be. We can even stick with the 00 counts as your 2 confirmed kills.
Right.
Does that mean that there is a junior program, which is a single O?
I don't know. What was
James Bond Jr. Triple O?
James Bond Jr. was a show. So as far as like Ian Fleming goes, there are 5 00 agents.
Why
6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 are just in his books.
Oh, okay.
Those
are the ones that have been recognized.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that the numbers that weren't used were somewhere.
Well, in Thunderball, there are at least 9 agents referenced in Thunderball. Yeah, I couldn't tell you which ones they are. I just know that there's a moment where they reference a bunch of them. But in Fleming's universe, he only ever named 5. That's not to say there are more than 5.
Okay. So 0011 was one of them? That sounds... Also, if he's 007... Wait, who calls him 007?
M refers to him, and so does Q refers to him. So in-house...
Why would they do that?
Because, if you want to think militarily... the more you dehumanize an agent, the easier it is for them to do inhuman things.
So the 00, in that regard, the 00 is continuing to remind him that he's murdered.
You are a killer. You have a license to kill. That is what you do.
All right, Killer 7.
Yeah.
All right, 007.
Yeah, killer. You are not a man to us. You are a weapon. That is the nefarious darkness behind... all this.
Given this carte blanche, would you incorporate that?
Yeah. The fine line to walk here is to separate this from Treadstone and the Bourne identity universe.
It's interesting that we have to separate this from that when that came after James Bond.
Right. But to create a dehumanization of the 00s.
That kind of vilifies MI6, M, and Q.
Yeah, in a sense. Well, I'm actually imposing some pretty standard military tricks that America does to its soldiers. Treat them like machines, so that we don't have to mourn their loss as much because they were machines made to die. It's very nefarious stuff. Like the dehumanization of soldiers is a necessity of this thing that we need to have. Soldiers must die, so we need to be okay with them dying, and they need to want to die. Essentially, they need to be prepared for that. It's dark stuff, and exploring that within a 00 story, that's kind of cool stuff. To go like I'm James, and if you think about the best writing of James Bond, I don't know which ones to point to. Which characters call him James? Which character calls him Bond? Which characters call him 007? Jimmy. Oh, God. But yeah, the relationships he has with people determine what they call him. M calls him Bond. She often refers to him as 007. 007, but in most cases, at least Judi Dench's M. Bond, listen. Like she referred to him by his name. It was Q. don't listen to me, 007, try to bring it back in one piece. Like, he was a bit more calling him a vet. Didn't call him James.
Right. So the way his name and titles were used in those movies was not to dehumanize James Bond. It was it actually spoke more to the speaker's character.
Right.
Right. Q is a technical person and stuff like that. He would use the number.
Yeah.
Well,
let's say the 00 program. Tell me how many 00 agents there are. You decide.
My demand was to you. What do you want?
Oh, okay.
What do you like?
Let's have a smaller number. Let's not have it be 100 characters. Let's have it within
1,000. Right.
Oh my God.
So when I say that, I'm lore building. I'm not necessarily saying that needs to be shown and established in.
Well, the reason I want to pick a finite number is I want to create a 00 assassin. That there's 00 agents being murdered by someone, one by one. Now, a tried and true at this point. It's in Bond. It's in Mission Impossible. It's the good agent gone bad being the villain. And I don't know if that might be where I'm going. Like having I don't know. I'm trying to think. Let me run through the Bond movies for a moment here. Trying to think if there's been an agent killer within the Bond movies.
I feel like there had to. It feels like something that would have come up.
I think.
Or is that really just Bourne territory?
Okay. I'm just running through. There's I think it's the Dalton Living Daylights.
Sounds good.
I think in the Living Daylights, 2 00 agents get killed at the beginning, but I don't think it's someone specifically targeting. It's just enough that sends James on his mission, where he's like, I'm going to find out who killed these 2.
It does feel like there has been one where one of our old agents or ex-agents is now taking out, but maybe that's just Bourne.
Well, I'm just going to say this. So having the 00 program be 15. There's 15 00 agents.
Okay.
So 0015 is the highest it goes. It's just currently they don't have a number. It's just you are a specific type of agent. You are the hammer or the gun. You are the man. You are licensed to kill. Is only been assigned to these 15 characters. These 15 agents. They are a very specific type of agent. And then one of them gets assassinated. It's like, we lost one. That happens. Missions go south. Well, a second one gets hit. Okay. Missions don't go south like this. These are the best of the best. These aren't the guys who die. We have the single agent, the single O agents.
These are the guys who do this to others.
Right. So now that we've had 2, that's a problem. Then a third. It's like we have a serial killer on hand. We have a 00 agent serial killer on hand. Let's bring the agents in to figure this out. And Bond's like, don't bring us all into one place. We should all be trying to figure this out. And so then exploring the 00 program, why are these agents the best? Who are they to each other? And maybe it's in such a way, this doesn't work to the lore. In the lore, the 00 agents meet each other. They know each other. I
have given you the point to this demand. The reason I said it was a soft demand is because I'm curious, because I know in the past big problems with James Bond.
Right.
So this is a bit of a blank check to cut out the parts you don't like, and maybe establish something new. I'm just curious to know what that might look like. It might look like an entirely different beast that could be renamed to something else.
Sure. Okay. Am I meandering too far away from what you thought I'd talk about?
Not necessarily. It's just what you're doing is you're sort of coming back and saying that's too far from Ian Fleming or what the Broccoli's want, things like that. Or because I'm essentially saying keep the parts of Bond that you like. What and thus what are those parts? And right, the whole notion of James Bond being a moniker that this character has earned or been given. would that extend to other characters? Do other double O's have assigned identities?
Yes.
Do we get to meet those? Do we get to meet other Bonds?
Yes. This
stuff like that.
Not that James Bond 005 and James Bond 004. Like, it's not James Bond 00, but the idea that they are given a whole
Sam Smith.
Yeah. Yeah.
003.
I like the idea that once they reach 00 status, they are given a whole new identity. You are now James Bond 007. That is who you are. Through and through, you exist as this individual. And now we have someone who's assassinating these people. Here's a little thing I'm going to add to this. The 00 agents have never met each other. Part of the infrastructure of the 00 program is that they do not know who each other are. So that if they are ever out in the field,
sure,
they never operate together.
Mm-hmm.
And there could be a little meta joke in there because of people like Trevlin, Goldeneye.
Goldeneye.
Yeah, Sean Bean went bad. Buy me a pint. Okay. Sorry. That James doesn't even know the identity of all these 00 agents, but now he feels compelled to try to these assassins. I'm going to go protect them. We need to figure this out, and that requires learning who they have been told they are, as opposed to who they used to be. And so the humanity of these agents can be a conversation that is explored within this. Why are they being targeted? Well, we're all a bunch of killers. We deserve to die. Okay, well, we were given to this as we were given this authority and this power and this responsibility because we're capable of being this. All right. Why then are you? Who were you before? It's sort of like Open Range, the Kevin Costner movie. Like, I don't want to die without knowing your name. I don't know how. Like, just tell me your goddamn name. I'm James Bond. No, tell me your name.
Tell me your real name.
Tell me your real name. I gave that up a long time ago. Like, exploring the humanity of killers who gained their status by murdering. And now that's what spies do. That's what soldiers do. That's what agents of the government do. But why us? Why are we the perfect people to do this? And why now are we being assassinated, and who's doing that? You get to explore why we're being killed and why we became who we are.
I think the why are we being killed needs to be, like, you can explore, I guess you could probably explore different things, different methods, reasons, but I think ultimately it would come down to someone, because they were chosen because they are living weapons to the point that they follow orders. They do not, like, I guess it would also depend on the lore you wanted to build into it, how much agency the agents have, as in, like, how often, I think it might be interesting to follow the notion of agents that follow orders, because we have so many that don't. James Bond has deviated from orders
half
so
the time,
often.
yeah.
Or maybe that's integral to the entire notion.
Oh, I got an idea.
Okay. But the idea being they've earned this title because they do the job assigned to them.
Yeah.
And perhaps to the notion of not following orders, they follow the orders they're given. There is no rescinding orders. So orders are not given to a 00 unless you know you want them.
They
them
will
done.
Execute those orders.
Yeah.
And when they go rogue from time to time, that's why it's so goddamn upsetting, because they get self-righteous or whatnot.
Oh, maybe.
But
essentially, they don't think. They get pointed. They are weapons.
Yeah.
And so someone is basically just trying to disarm
MI6.
Yeah.
And here's another thing I want to do. Let's maybe 15 might be too high of a number, but we'll leave it at that. When you need suave, tuxedo, sexy James Bond, you get 007. When you need blue collar, blend in with the stick folk, like blue collar, muddy hands, oil on his fingers, you get 004. Like, James Bond is the suave 00 agent.
Okay.
Like, every agent has,
so it's not just a name; it's also like a full behavior identity.
Yeah. Okay,
sure.
Even going so far as if this was built out into a series rather than a film, having a former Q be a 00 agent now, because there is a 00 moniker that is tech, smart, brain, not brawn, not bang bang shoot shoot, but very, like, computer techie savvy. Maybe that would require a smaller number of agents, so don't have to think of 15 individual types. But
Well,
like, if you need a female agent, you get 003. Like,
so actually, then the way I would build this is what we would do is we would sit down and we would come up with the different types of identities MI6 would want to have.
yes, yeah.
And thus the tech one would be one added much later.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd be a higher number. So it's not that there's a finite number.
It's just as the world changes, you need to add new 00 agents. I like that. Yeah. So like 001, like the very first agent is like the most basic soldier for, like, if the 00 program started in, oh man, when did Casino Royale get written? 19, 40, 30, 50, 40, I want to say in the 40s, post World War II, probably 1950. This is your chance to rewrite this stuff. Why not have it start during World War II? So the 001 agent is maybe times have changed and people have changed, so therefore things have changed about it. But like the most John le Carre, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy type agent, the closest in this, when people watch it, like, man, 001 is the closest to Ian Fleming's James Bond. Like,
I was going to say the opposite. Thinking about spies from World War II, or just spies in general, they tend to be quiet type people. They not always, right? Julia Childs, I don't know if you describe her as quiet,
right?
But they're more unassuming types. They are things like professors or historians, people who have a context for spy stuff.
Smiley from Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. He's just like a dork.
And so maybe that's who 001 is. 001, and the thing is, they are an assassin. So they are incredibly unassuming. They're like, they don't have the shape. They don't have the behavior that you would ever expect. And that's sort of why then when a silenced pistol comes out, a person goes down, and then this person just disappears into a crowd.
I would call it, like, if this were a mini series or a series that could extend multiple seasons, given a successful first run, I'd call it 00. Like the double, like just 00, and then an underscore where the number should go, and so that it's like, this isn't a James Bond. This is about the 00 program, and now we're going to explore it. Now the Broccoli's would never do this because they, like, no spin-offs, anything. They would do comics and books and allow that, but that'd be it. Like, movies exist, they must be. But now it's in Amazon's hands. Jeff Bezos might be hearing this right now, going like, I like the way these guys think. But yeah, it would be this exploration of the 00 program.
By the way, not to a few minutes ago when you said if it was a show, I'd be like, I thought it'd be called 00.
Yeah,
I'm on the same.
Oh
same
yeah, you already
wavelength.
thought of it too.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah. And then the big mystery in season 1. Who's the killer? I hesitate to make it a 00 gone bad. But whatever the killer's rationale is, why am I killing you? You're already dead. What's your name? James Bond. No, it's not. You're dead. You were killed and you became James Bond, and so you're already dead, so what does it matter if you die? Like, the idea behind its entire program is killing people.
Yeah.
Kill people to become killers. Like having that sort of anger about this, whoever this villain might be. That's their motive behind it. It's like, you're already dead. I'm not killing anyone who isn't already dead. You will be replaced by another one. You think you're the first James Bond? You think you're the first 007? There's at least 8 of you. Right? Like, Silva has a sort of meta joke to that in Skyfall.
Yeah.
When he's like, I was Eb's #1 agent, and he lists the years James Bond didn't make movies. Between Dalton and Brosnan.
Nice.
He's like, those were the years he was the prime agent. It's a great meta joke.
That is.
And so having this killer say, I'll kill you and there'll be another one, and I'll kill that one too. That's what you do. You are made to die. You exist for a finite amount of time, then you are gone, just like that.
But to that notion, the replacing their identities, the first thought is you're given a fake identity, and then when you die, that identity is also erased. That matches more with spies, right? You need spies to be disposable.
Right.
But with this 00 program, I think we can come up with a reason for it. I prefer that the name, the identity, gets passed on as well.
Yeah, James Bond
007
gets...
is always James
Yeah,
Bond.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm completely agree with you.
So to that end, the reason for doing that is because what if the spy world, James Bond, the world in James Bond is very transactional isn't the word, but temporary. And I know that's sort of the world you're building is this temporary world. What if we suggest a world that isn't? What if, as we reveal the world of spies, it's a world of recurring ideas. The people are different. So maybe MI6 aren't the only ones that have repeating identities because it's basically think pieces on a chessboard. James Bond is your rook, right? So you wouldn't, if you replace your rook, you wouldn't give it a different name. It's always your rook.
Correct. Yeah.
But that means it's sort of the same across the entire. So okay, we're making it a show with maybe a few movies here and there. But so in this
or
world,
treat it like a BBC, like Sherlock, where each episode is 90 minutes in a 3-episode
well,
season.
When we were talking about Ironheart earlier, I was gonna sort of drop that notion in there. That's basically what they're doing with the shows. Each season of a show is a movie.
This is how I start this 00 show: is in the apartment of James Bond, and our James Bond main character in his apartment, walking around and taking it all in, because he has just become James Bond 007. And so this is the previous James Bond 007's flat. And he is, or maybe not James, because James being our protagonist would need to have the most, he needs to be ready to go and not on the back foot. So 009, like we start with 009, like just gaining status, and in 009's apartment being, Peter Franklin or whatever. And like, okay, this is my apartment now. This is the apartment of Peter Franklin 009. And then that's the first person that's killed. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of this. The notion that these are legacy names and titles that come with all of the stuff. You are now this person. This is where you live.
Is this show Gotham to the James Bond universe? Do we not actually follow James Bond?
Well, I don't mind that. I would offer up this, that if the season is, we'll say 7 episodes, if the first 3 episodes are James.
7, nice.
Not intentional, but I'll take it. First 3 episodes are James. Episode 4 is someone else. Episode 5 is James. And then another episode that belongs to someone else. And then end with James. Season 2, half the episodes are James. Season 3, like just slowly show other characters create an ensemble out of this.
Okay. What do you think about this for world building, right? Because the agents in James Bond, they don't really, especially these agents, they don't take out other spy agencies, right? It's not really about that. These are more assassins, assassin type spies. They're not sitting there wiretapping in a town in a foreign country for years at a time,
right?
So other countries have their own spy agencies, assassin groups, and stuff like that. But to create the notion of the villains that do come along in James Bond,
the reoccurring villains, as you said before. You said that the ideas are reoccurring.
Possibly.
Okay.
Well,
continue.
so
Sorry.
Speaking of for the American agency, it's the same thing. John Wayne is I don't know how the Americans could be different. They might also just call them agents or whatever.
Okay.
If you have an idea,
I was actually going to say we're verging into Kingsman territory.
We are verging into Kingsman territory. Right. So I didn't see the Kingsman, and I don't think I saw the second Kingsman. Maybe that's bad. Maybe we can just.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just be better.
I'm the one who says I've never heard you tell it, so don't worry if
sure.
it sounds like something else. I just wanted to acknowledge it for anyone listening, going like, "That sounds like Kingsman."
But the basically the big supervillains that pop up in James Bond, they're presented as rogue elements. What if they are to a degree? Like literally, we could establish with the show that the nations have their spy networks, but they also have and these villains that pop up are people who kind of pop up in between and are often funded by other foreign agents.
Yeah.
We're basically explaining normal. I was trying to find a reason. Why would a crazy man who wants to control the weather kind of pop up in this world? Why wouldn't he been dealt with earlier?
Well,
That
the idea that a weather control bad guy would keep coming up into play, you're moving into some supernatural territory, or that
I mean, super science.
right. But to suggest that the weather controlling maniac keeps coming back in another incarnation,
I more meant people of that like level of power and megalomania.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the same plan.
Got it.
The
Okay.
same,
Okay. That's what I was misunderstanding. Although there is some meta humor in that because of the rights to Thunderball.
I mean, it's entirely possible that we are verging into parody and we're just making our own version, a James Bond focused version of which is Archer was supposed to be, but basically of like Venture Brothers or something like that.
Here's where we're risking that. This is where we curb that. Having the first villain just be a killer of killers. It's small. It's not someone trying to take over the world. It's a small issue that means a lot because these are the best of the best getting assassinated. We need to stop this guy. This is a huge deal for a very small number of people. MI6 is very concerned about this. MI6 is a very small branch of protective services within the United Kingdom, in London, England. But it's a big deal. So it doesn't have to be this all-encompassing world threat yet. Having this be having the goal be to explore the humanity of these characters. Why are you chosen? Why do you do what you do? Who were you before? Who are you now? Those kind of human questions doesn't mean we can't have these exciting, action-packed adventures, globe-trotting stories. It's just that what is at stake isn't the world. It is smaller than that. Honestly, it's why John Wick worked so well, because all four of those movies, very small.
Disagree.
The
first one was. It quickly grew out of control. He goes to the Middle East to find the man in charge of all assassins.
Okay, I guess I'm...
Or was that the third one?
No, you're right.
Sorry,
it's not someone trying to take over the world is what I'm saying.
Sure.
The world isn't at risk. Their world is at risk. So
okay, I see what you're saying.
Having James Bond 007, having the 00 agents go against SMERSH and Spectre and Quantum. We already have, that's 3 different organizations. SMERSH was made when they couldn't have the rights to Spectre.
What a replacement word.
I know, right? So it doesn't have to be... so villain-wise, having someone who's a weather maniac, or like when we did our James Bond this season, we created a threat to the entire planet. Appropriately so, we created a technocrat son of a bitch who needed to be blown up, and we did it. And we felt good about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, vengeance was ours. But in a scenario like this, what could send a show like this, a series like this, the distance, is the humanity of these characters. And therefore the threats being smaller to the world doesn't mean they have to be smaller to the characters. You get what I'm saying.
Sort of. So to that end, actually, I'm thinking the way the narrative is formed is our characters in these episodes might even get sent on those missions, but we just we cut past them because it's not about doing the job. They assassinate people like that all the time. Every time they're activated, and that would be up to us to determine how often that is.
What I would model this after, and I bring this up whenever I can, is 100 bullets. 100 bullets seems like this one thing, and then the spiral keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you realize, this is the mechanism here is worldwide.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind John Wick getting there. It just happened to get there in the second movie.
Yeah.
So like something like this, the joy of this existing in whatever capacity it wanted to be would be getting to season 3 and finally getting to a familiar villain. Maybe that's where suddenly, it's sort of like Hannibal, the TV series. Like they took their time getting to Silence of the Lambs, so they told those stories in seasons and then had to stop because they didn't have the rights to Silence of the Lambs. They found a way to tell these very compelling, character-driven stories 2 seasons, 3 seasons. Did you
I
watch?
thought
that
there
one?
were 4.
Oh man. Well, whatever the case.
There were a bunch of seasons, and you're right. They couldn't do Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
But they did Red Dragon. It was great.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, so then. Oh, okay. So what if this world? What if these other organizations like Spectre and Smersh and all these things? What if they are the equivalent of the spy agencies? They're invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically set up a world where MI6, right? If you think about spies and spy fiction, James Bond is kind of the Superman of them.
Right.
The problem is he's invincible. What stories can you tell with James Bond? Mm-hmm. That's boring. Well, okay, we need to be able to punch James Bond. So Spectre and these agencies, they are... I don't think the movies have done a good job of establishing how big and untouchable they are.
Mm-hmm.
A TV show could potentially do that. And my point here is, so building this, MI6 seems like this powerful, it seems like just as powerful of an organization.
Yeah.
I am suggesting we establish they are not. They're a light in a world of darkness, right? Like in a world of invisible moving shadows, groups like Spectre are moving whole worlds, and MI6 is doing what they can to protect against it.
Right.
And the use of the 00 agents, we early on, and the first several episodes, if not just the whole first season, mm-hmm. right, is established as, these are brutal people who've erased their entire lives to do very brutal things. But in the scheme of things, what they do is surgery. Mm. I feel like I'm not explaining it properly.
I'm compelled by what you're saying.
I'm running out of steam on
that.
Okay,
here's a thought to discuss you talked about mm-hmm. James Bond being this invincible thing, and they did kill him in No Time to Die.
Because it was
Daniel Craig was like, I'm not coming back, blow me to smithereens.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how you start the series, is James Bond getting killed in the cold open. And then now it's like we're reassigning.
I was going to recommend we see his second confirmed kill.
That's how Casino Royale starts. Oh. We see both the kills.
Oh. I did not realize that. Yeah. It's been a long time.
00 status granted is the last thing. Anyway, having it open with as traditional of a James Bond action sequence as possible, and having him die, and then being like, what's the results of James Bond's demise? Now, there's some meta commentary in that of once James Bond is done, the Broccoli's take the time to figure out who should be the next James Bond and what should the next mission be. It's kind of what this would be. It's like we have James Bond. Henry Cavill is the cold open, and he gets killed, and not in a funny way. This is dead serious. He gets killed, and then it's the results of that. We need a new 007.
Sure.
The 7 has been taken off the board. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds slowly introduced James Kirk, knowing that the future of the Enterprise isn't under Pike, it's under Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So having 007, James Bond 007 taken out at the beginning of this, and now how do we proceed from, he's the first 00 assassinated. And now to like you said, we don't follow James Bond, we're going to follow a different agent through this story. And James Bond 007, that slot isn't filled until end of season 1 or beginning of season 2 or halfway through season 2.
Okay, sure.
And then so the plot I already suggested, which is having an agent. Okay, listen, this whole program we've had 3 agents assassinated now. This isn't a fluke. Mm-hmm. 1 is bad. 2, oh darn. 3, now we have a problem. 008, 009, 006, whoever we're going to be. I need to assign you to solve this. Great. Show me where all the other agents are. Can't do that. That's kind of defeats the purpose of the 00 program. How do you expect me to investigate and save all these people if you're not going to tell me who or where they are? Okay, then having that either 006 is going to get that information and say this is the only way I operate, or they go behind M's back and get the information themselves to start figuring out who these characters are.
What if that's basically what they're told, right? How am I expected to do this? Like, it's why you were chosen.
And oh yeah, I like that. It was why you're chosen. You're asking me to do the impossible. It's not impossible because someone else is doing it right now.
Oh, nice. I like that.
All right. So then trying to break into MI5 or MI6, and like that's not working. So like now I have to think like the killer. How would I deduce worldwide who these 13 other agents are?
Sure.
And now we have a cat and mouse game.
Nice.
Yeah. There's some fun in that of like replacing 007 and having, and maybe they don't have to have individual personalities. Maybe there can be similar enough spies that they all of various ages and styles and genders. It doesn't have to be suave one, blue collar one, tech one.
Oh no, I like
that?
Okay. I do like the idea of establishing these are archetypes.
Okay.
And we use
Mostly
mostly because building to the larger world. I like the idea that it's the secret. Like think of the world of John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
John Wick goes through the world, our world. No one knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's like James Bond. He walks into a place, he's recognized as Baba Yaga, as John Wick, as this assassin. He's an assassin. No one should know who an assassin is, but he is still identified. It would sort of be the same. Like when he shows up, I'm Bond, James Bond. It means nothing to you, the bartender or concierge or anything like that.
Yeah, but the anybody listening.
Yeah, they know. And as we establish the world and as we show the world, we learn other personalities that other organizations have. Like, is that what Blofeld is up to these days? Blofeld isn't Blofeld. There's always a Blofeld.
The title. Yeah.
And it's always the leader of Spectre.
Yeah. I have an alternate. I think it should be a 00. 006 is the one investigating this, whatever. There is an alternate version of this where Moneypenny is assigned. That she's the one investigating the 00s being assassinated. Just because I liked how active they made Naomi Harris in Skyfall.
Oh, I really like that. That's our main character. Well, no, that takes away a lot of the mystery because you said hold on.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, I thought you said hold on.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I was like, go on.
Go on. It takes away the mystery if Moneypenny's the one put in charge because it doesn't have to. I guess she could. She's just. Is she the right? I'm stuttering. She is the handler for Bond. Is the idea here?
She is. Well, what I'm suggesting, or what she is in the canon, because in the canon she's M's secretary, which is a shame because they made her a field agent in Skyfall and then took that away from her.
I was going to say, what if, because she's going to be one of the few people who can identify all of the agents. Because when they're brought in for briefing,
she knows everyone.
She's going to know everyone.
So maybe that's, if we have 005 be the main character, bring Moneypenny in, or do we cut that out of the equation and go, Moneypenny, you're the only one who knows who all these people are? Go. By the way, there's a series called the Moneypenny Diaries, I think. It's like a series of novels. It's like 3 books.
Or we make 007 the main character. He's the one assigned this impossible mission. And the way he decides to get the files is he realizes one of the linchpin characters is Moneypenny, so he seduces her. Or tries to.
Okay.
And that's what sets the relationship between our new Bond and Moneypenny as this flirtatious thing.
Oh, and you know what would be great in a sad but wonderful way to this narrative is we not fridging her, but she dies, and a new Moneypenny replaces her. That Moneypenny is
Moneypenny, Q, M, they all get replaced.
They're all replaceable, which just makes it that much more like frustrating to realize, man, none of us matter if we can be so easily replaced. And then it's like, no, you do matter because this.
What does M stand for?
Well, in more recent, it was his last name. It was M in...
Oh, that's right. Sure.
Yeah, in Mallory. It was Mallory.
Is this... Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, that's okay.
Is it too cheesy? If it's a whole, I there's got to be a better term for it than just referencing Star Wars, but a whole Padme thing, Padme Amidala thing, where Moneypenny is positioned as the secretary, but is actually M, and M is the sit-in figure, and they just weren't clever enough, so they just used her first initial as the decoy.
No,
M, what's M stand for? Your secretary, Moneypenny.
That sounds like a perfect thing for something like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But in this, I like M and Moneypenny being these separate entities as they've always been.
Okay.
That's a fun notion that Moneypenny could eventually become M.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe it's not just you're my secretary, it is assistant to M. And that Moneypenny could...
Well, actually play up the notion of what...
Actually, that's a really good idea.
Of what secretaries are, right?
Yeah.
Like, Secretary of the State isn't just a person taking dictation and preparing coffee and stuff.
Well, secretary in its original form is secret keeper.
Perfect.
That's what secretary's root word. It's Latin for secret. Confidential officer, secret keeper. Okay. That's what secretary means.
Oh, how about this? Since we've stumbled onto this character, what if Moneypenny is sort of established, is shown to be like right? The initial notion is, oh, you are the secretary to M, but to use terms we understand as filmmakers, she is the first assistant director, right?
Right. Second next in line.
Well, not just next in line, but M makes the big calls. But Moneypenny, the secretary, makes sure it all happens. You are late. You cannot be late. Right in movies, everyone to your places. We're doing this, and they organize everything. Right. They set the shot list for the next day. They do all of the actual work, while M, the director, does the kind of the general strategizing.
Yeah, that making her more than just note taker, giving her that much more agency. I like that. I like that Moneypenny playing a role in the active operations. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool way to use her, especially because the Moneypenny Diaries, that trilogy of books, establishes her very much as a very competent agent who's now behind a desk for one reason or another. I have not read the books. I'm just aware of them. Having her be part of strategy, part of planning, essentially, she could be the next M. I like that. That's fun. Who's this killer of killers in the end? I don't think it should be a rogue agent. I think there should be... You've sort of made some good suggestions about this world at large having moving parts that are... Maybe it's someone who's like, these cycles need to stop. There's always been an MI6 and a James Bond. There's always been a Spectre. There's always been the American equivalent over here. CIA, Secret Service. George Washington made the Secret Service. Enough of it. I'm going to tear the whole system down.
For the Americans, we can lean into that. The 355.
355. That's right. The Culper Ring.
We could lean into the Culper Ring.
That makes my heart happy because I love that lore, American lore. Not enough people know that. Portion. That stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
Agent 355. Like a female agent? Come on. The fact that James Bond hasn't crossed paths with Agent 355, what a missed opportunity there. I'm going to seduce you. No, you're not. Punch.
Now, granted, right, they made a movie out of it. I don't know how many other references. There's the reference in Y, but I don't know how many other things have been made based off of that. If we wanted to take everything we're developing here, file off the James Bond, we could do a 355.
God, yeah. I mean, I love the lore of... For those listening, 355 was a female agent during the American Revolution, chosen by George Washington himself, one of the first American spies. And the notion, if you believe in the cloak and dagger conspiracy stuff, is that title has been passed on to a female secret agent ever since.
Why 355?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know why it was 355. But you're right. We could scrape this all away and make our own little thing out of it. But it's fun to play with the IP for now.
Yeah.
Why was she called 355? Why? Well, I'm just going to Google it instead of guessing.
So
Why
I mean,
was-
either way, what you've done, actually, by suggesting that that's their motivation, they're not. They may have not been an MI6 agent, but they're a rogue agent of some kind.
Oh, 355 in the Culper Ring codebook represents the word lady. 355 means lady.
Lady.
Agent lady. Cool. I love it. I love it. Yeah, having someone who wants to like burn the world down, burn the systems, like let anarchy rule. Like no longer to touch base on the story I wrote recently. The idea of breaking down the system to a certain point and rebuilding from there. I wrote my After the Fall sci-fi fiction, which was that. Like, what do you do if you strip down power to this level and rebuild from there? You're not going to build the same thing. And so having someone who thinks, if I strip down the security and checks and balances that are killing us and controlling us from the shadows, making those calls, strip it down to this point and rebuild from there, we won't get the same things over and over again. You will be the last 007. I won't let another one exist.
Okay, so who would want the first thing that occurs to me is it at first seems to be this rogue factor.
Mm-hmm.
But how did they learn about all of this stuff? So instead, what it is that's the story, but it's really somebody who is being fed/funded by a couple of these other organizations, basically by a couple bigger fish, to essentially declaw the espionage state of the UK, because they want to take it over. They want to take them off the table, basically.
So some power, money and power. It's always going to come down to some technocrat asshole, trillionaire.
But it doesn't have to come down to an individual. It could come down to one or more of these organizations.
Oh, so like Spectre or what have you. I wonder if there could be. Let me think here. MI6 has the 00 program. If the Culper Ring of America has 355 within this, because I'm such a geek for 355, I don't want to vilify that character.
I don't think it would be.
But
the Americans doing that. I don't think the Americans would be sabotaging Great Britain through this.
I'm trying to think if there's any other established. So like James Bond, 007, works for MI6. Agent 47 from the Hitman series was part of that program.
Sure. Yeah.
A genetically engineered assassin. Agent or Subject 13 was the Winter Soldier in comics, like a numerical moniker.
Numbers are fun.
Numbers are fun. So thinking historically, 355 is Culper Rings. That's American Revolution. The Soviet Union had a KGB agent, codenamed Number One.
Okay.
So throwback to Russia, trying to maybe it's Number One is.
I think the world I'm trying to establish is there are the spies. There are the spies of the nations, and then there are dark organizations.
Right.
Like Spectre, like the different spy organizations in, for example, Chuck, right? Fulcrum. That's the one I mostly remember, and I know that was their equivalent. But they had 2 or 3 different organizations, and I'm imagining so there's this dark world of these organizations, and they can be linked to speak more to the world we now live in, and actually has probably existed around us a lot longer. The world of corporations. Corporations are basically landless states. So think of a thing like let's vilify. I don't mind it. Let's vilify BlackRock. Right?
Yeah.
Do something equivalent of that. Find other large, faceless organizations that run big things that nations would be interested, that hold national interests. Both those organizations have interests in controlling societies, and nations have interests in that. And so these faceless ones, they span across borders, which is a problem for the nations. So in that regard, often the nations which are not necessarily friendly, right? Like the British and the American forces, they may have joint operations, but they're not like automatically sharing all their secrets with each other. To that same end, like rather than vilifying the Russian one, Russia is sort of the same type of thing. Russia is this known quantity, so their agents, they're just not as on friendly terms with the British or Americans or things like that.
Right.
And maybe they would be interested in destroying one another, but it's these invisible groups that are sort of the bigger problem worldwide, because they tend to do things like pit these nations against each other for their own interests. Thus, it is up to the spies to kind of prevent that kind of stuff and to fight those proxy wars kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so just like sometimes the Americans and the Brits will work together to an end to take down some other group, I'm suggesting two or more of these invisible groups have made an alliance to take down MI6.
Okay.
And they are funding this person with a chip on their shoulder through whatever reason.
Okay, I like that. Having it be an individual who is being siphoned information and funds for a collective purpose, but he's a freelancer.
Maybe
he's
sure.
like I work for these forces. I've been given an assignment just like you, James. My assignment is you and all of your people. Yeah. And I'm going to find out who's responsible. They're all responsible for it, James. They all want you dead.
You could get into rhetoric and dogma if you'd like the character to be like, because he works for these organizations, and like there are players in the world that are in the dark, and they don't want to be in the dark anymore. But and to make space, they need to take out someone who's in the light. Basically, the light and the dark essentially is who is public facing, who has has positions in the world and who doesn't. And basically, they want to rise up as a kingdom of their own, essentially.
I know the opening.
You got to replace
their
protectors.
I love it. The opening credits of this movie just fell into place, and James Bond style, it's chess pieces, chessboards, like the black and whites, the light and the dark, like playing with moving the pieces. You called Bond a rook earlier. I even know who we can pull from canon to end up being this guy, the man with the golden gun.
Oh, sure.
Scaramanga.
I believe you.
Francisco Scaramanga. It's Christopher Lee from The Man with the Golden Gun. He is a freelance assassin who works for whoever pays him to do what he does, and he's a killer of killers. So we sort of came a long way around to make it him. If we want in canon to have it be him, and that revelation is like, oh, I found the man who did it, the man who figured out the assassins. It's you. Who are you working for? Everyone.
Yeah.
What? I'm working for all of them. They're all paying me. You think, look at this island, look at everything I have. It means nothing to me because I thrive on this, the chase, and you found me. Oh, I love it. Like very flamboyant, supervillain kind of stuff. And the fact that like it's not as easy as kill one guy and this is all over. Fine, we can face each other. I'm going to kill all of you. You're going to kill me, but they're still out there. You're still out there. This never ends. Oh, isn't it delicious? Like thematically, having it be multiple countries and multiple organizations all siphoning into one individual to do the dirty deed, it's thematically great because that's what we're having MI6 ask this 00 agent to do. It's also talking about the inhumanity of all of this, jockeying for position, moving across the board, cyclical nature of this versus this. It plays really well.
Yeah. But what move does the gun make on the chessboard?
Gun chess. Hashtag gun chess. Ooh, yeah. Yes. Good call, that. That crow killed him. I think that camera will. Oh yeah. Man, how long did you let me ramble? You must think
Honestly,
like 2 minutes ago.
No, I just thought of it. You're going on about chess, and I was thinking about moves and stuff like that.
Gun chess. Hashtag gun chess, everyone. If you listen to this, please. Yeah, and having this result now. To be fair, this could fit in a 2.5-hour movie. Now that we know what ultimately it ends up being, there's no reason we couldn't explore it in a 2.5-hour movie.
We could explore it in a 2.5-hour movie, but it ultimately ends. James Bond hasn't saved the world. He's just stopped this one guy.
Right.
And all he is the messenger,
yeah.
an errand boy,
yeah.
Sent with a grocery bill. Because ultimately, what I'd also want to build into his monologue, the Golden Guns monologue, is he's just been hired to do this, and you were meant to know. Like, it wasn't supposed to be a secret that this was happening.
Yeah.
Think of this as a calling card. These players are telling you their move.
Mm-hmm. Your move.
Yeah.
Now it's your move.
Maybe that's even his last lines before James Bond kills him.
Your move.
Yeah, something like that, right? Because so we know and James Bond is not much the wiser. He just knows the one person who, and maybe he got a lead on how he got his information, because we didn't cover that. How did he figure out?
How did James go? Yeah.
No. How did Golden Gun figure out who all of these spies, where they? Well, so that's the other thing. If we then go to this upper world, where to us, the normal world, these spies are unknown things that come and go with the wind. If to the spy world, where names are calling cards like that, basically everyone would know. Kind of, they wouldn't. It would be. We'd have to figure out exactly what that means, right? Because if you inherit the identity of James Bond, you're inheriting his apartment as well. You're inheriting.
No,
so
yeah.
That means,
I see the problem with that.
That means it's all sitting still, and everyone knows where you are.
That I realized it as I was describing it, that fallacy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how did Scaramanga figure it out? How did the man with the golden gun figure it out? It could be as simple as like, I deduced there were at least a dozen of you, and I deduced that of the dozen, you specialized in very specific jobs, missions, and so I have spent the better part of the past 5 years setting up those missions for you to accomplish. And once I started seeing recognizable faces, it doesn't take long to put 2 and 2 together to realize there's your 12, there's your 6, there's your 3. Like that.
So do we want to make him a mastermind who's been doing this, or have the organizations fed him this information from having?
They hired him. He used their resources. So he's even so prideful. Like, and they don't. They gave me what they needed. I took what I needed. They don't know. They didn't figure this out. I figured this out. He didn't. It's not like he went to them and go, "There's one. There's one. There's one." It's like he like, I will kill them and then tell you. Just keep giving me the money and the resources to do it. It's just like, let the pride be sort of a contrivance to protect the agents at large and the names and whatnot. Maybe, yeah,
sure.
And yeah, Bond defeats this guy. He will. I actually think I have a name for this. If this is a movie or the subtitle of every season is a Bond title, it's one of two. You tell me which you like better: Live to Die Again, or Live to Kill Again. James Bond or 00.
If we're going to do all of this, again. And these are monikers, they're not things that Live to Die Again.
Okay, I think so 00, Live to Die Again is the name of the first miniseries, and then the second miniseries is 00, and then whatever that plot ends up being.
Okay.
I sitting here thinking about it, like Live to Die Again came to mind. I'm like, that sounds like a James Bond movie or a title.
Yeah.
So 00, Live to Die Again is season or series 1 to use BBC terminology.
Yeah.
Of this miniseries set in this world, and it ends with a victory, but also this big picture of the fight will never end. There will be more. James Bond will return.
Ooh. So all of this, I want to. You've built a personality that suggests he can be removed, but I also like the notion that Golden Gun is also not just Scaramanga. Scaramanga. It's not just him. He, like James Bond, is just the latest iteration.
It's all about legacy. It's all about handing it off. And denouement of the season after Scaramanga has been killed and our hero has completed the mission. We'll make it Bond, right? Mm-hmm. He takes the golden gun back to MI5, MI6, and says, let's keep this off the board for now. Let's hope better, more eloquent than that, but let's for now be happy that there is not another. Maybe I can't find the words to say it.
No, I think I understand the idea being, you killed
the man with the golden gun.
The man with the golden gun, and you produced the gun he had. But ultimately, that is it's another chess piece on the board, and it's off the table
for now.
Yeah,
there you go. That's it. Yeah.
Just like the 4 agents he killed through this season,
they're off the board.
They're off the board for now,
yes.
Until we can find a new one.
Yeah.
So that's always the worry of getting killed too fast. You can't replace your organization.
Yeah. The man with the golden gun is off the board for now. Yeah, that's a great. There's a better way to say that, but that's the right idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, I wouldn't want to. I want to change it to, it's not the man with the golden gun. It's just golden gun.
Okay. Yeah.
And
because it could be the woman with the golden gun.
Well,
it could be
the reason that the gun is actually made of gold because that's a signature. But the reason that piece, that group, that organization, whatever is called that, is because they specialize what they specialize in is killing people. Mm-hmm. They can kill anyone, anywhere, because they are the golden gun.
I am the golden gun. Now I will kill you. Bang, 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 bang. Gunfight, action sequence, fight. Your move. Yeah. And now, in doing this, giving James Bond an adventure, we've created a villain. A villain who's part of a much bigger picture, but so is James. The Double O's being a much bigger organization. Understand there's a global reach to all of this, mm-hmm. all done within this first story, this first chapter. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's what I would do with a blank check if I could do a James Bond.
All right. There you go. There's a soft demand.
Yeah, a soft demand that actually turned into a full episode. I'm trying to think how to handle this right now. Okay, Jim, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a really quick break here, very brief. Here's some messages from 6.5 Media, and then we'll come right back and we're going to wrap up this wonderful experience that we just had. Cool?
Cool.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know why it came to mind.
Yeah.
Because we were talking, the previous episode was...
we just did
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday, yeah. We did a body swap, yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure why that popped up.
The episode has ended, and now Jim and I are just sort of like...
Oh, yeah.
You're still listening, because there's more to listen to here.
Yeah.
But we've just satisfied the demand. If you're actually listening for the first time, thank you. And if you liked what you heard, seriously... 100+ episodes for you to choose from.
Should we do the outro here?
This is what I'm doing. This is the outro.
This is the outro. Gotcha. Yeah.
We can just chat for a little bit and
sure.
Which honestly, to give more of a preview or a sampling of how Jim and I discuss the episodes after the fact, that's what this is right here. What you don't know for a first-time listener is we have struggled with James Bond in the past.
Yeah.
If you're a long-time listener, you've already heard this story, so go listen to the lore again. But anyhow,
get out of here. So I'm not exactly sure why that popped into my head. I actually really don't know where that came from, but the notion of like, well, okay, what would, because I know you have, you're a little more vocal about your hang-ups with the James Bond franchise.
Sure, but now that
and things about it.
Now that we've attacked this multiple times, I realize how much I have come around to really enjoy James Bond for particular elements of it, and giving a blank check to do whatever I want. You were very clear. Keep the good stuff. Keep what you want to. What would you do? What do you want to explore?
Right. You heard it. You just listened to the episode. It was a soft demand. Exactly. See what you would want to explore. And the thing is that wasn't the freedom we'd given ourselves previously.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we attempted, it was very strict. We need to make James Bond as James Bond, and James Bond fits into a very tiny, specific shaped box.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember because we tried recording, and like you were bristling from word one. You were like, I want to do away with all of it. I want to kill that James Bond.
That sounds like me.
And I was like, well, you can't have any fun with some sexy time and James Bond. You're like, no. And the second time I think is the episode that actually got to
Spectre. We rewrote Spectre.
Yeah. And because that was rewriting a movie, it was much easier to approach that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just kind of sitting as we were. You were doing some post recording work initially. Just sitting here, and the notion occurred to me what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And turn on the mics and record it, and it went
way
way longer than usually the little ones do.
Yeah, no, like where if you look, we have our suddenly conversations, which tend to be debriefs after watching something or a conversation point suddenly striking us. Our mainline episodes are very much like what you just heard, and this is all not new. This isn't news to anyone who is familiar with the show, but as someone who might be a new listener, I hope that you enjoyed what you heard.
Yeah,
and we hope that you come back and listen to some more.
All right,
cool. So that's it. Now, this is how we typically end the show.
Oh, we don't do the bumps?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we can do the bumps. Yeah. What did you think of...
Sorry.
No, friggin' A. I mean, that's it for this episode. How did we do? What did you think? This actually, I should be telling you new people this.
Yeah.
You can let us know how we did.
Yeah.
Wherever you're listening to this, you can comment. If you're listening on Patreon, please comment here. But you can message us directly at Studio Demands It or on Instagram at Studio Demands It. And as we've said multiple times, you can subscribe if you want. It helps us get out there in the algorithm. We also have a YouTube and a TikTok with video content, including material not heard on the show. Jim?
You can come join the conversation on our Discord by going to our website, studiodemandsit.com, and there is a link with an invite to the Discord server. You can also join us on Reddit at r/studiodemandsit, where we discuss movies all the time there as well.
Yeah, and as you probably know at this point, we have a Patreon. For a couple bucks a month, you can get episodes early, commercial-free, no interruptions. Except us interrupting ourselves.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're interrupting ourselves.
Yeah.
As well as extended double-length episodes and movie commentary tracks with episodes hidden within those. And you can also just show some love by subscribing for free. A massive thank you to 6.5 Media, who helps us put this all together. So thank you. Listen to some of those other 6.5 shows if you're so inclined. And Jim, now, do you have anything else?
No.
Then now this is how we stumbled to the end of that episode.
Yep, I think we said it all in the episode that didn't know it was an episode.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, everyone, and we hope you come back soon.
See you then.
Bye.